I am Chelsea Palmer, aka Chisel, and this is Alex Salkeld, aka Doge, and this is the first of the Nakamoto 101 videos in which we will break down the sections of Satoshi's white paper, Satoshi Nakamoto's 2008 Bitcoin Whitepaper, into short videos and just explore the most salient concepts from each of them. So we're starting with the introduction from the first page of the white paper. Now here, Satoshi spends most of the introduction laying context for where this white paper is coming from at this time in 2008, and particularly alluding to its foundation in the eroding societal trust in opaque, centralized financial institutions, and those institutions' dependence on costly and usually ineffective dispute mediation. So I'm going to pitch it to Doge to explain how this is coded into the Bitcoin blockchain itself.
Yeah, so coming out in 2009, Bitcoin kind of came out on the back of the 2008 financial crisis, and everyone had things like money printing on their mind. So in the London Times on January 3rd, 2009, the headline was "Chancellor on the brink of second bailout for banks." Now, Satoshi actually put that phrase in the very first Bitcoin block when he launched it as future proof that Bitcoin was not launched before that time. And also, it serves as a great message as to why Bitcoin needs to exist, because you can't just print more money.
In addition to that, the kind of eroding trust in the institutions, the introduction touches on how the increasing movement of finance into the internet and digital space was making it easier for bad actors to reverse payments, which further increased the need for this hard-to-achieve sort of trust in online markets. There was nothing equivalent at that time to hard cash payments for internet exchange. And Doge, if you can explain what hard cash really accomplishes.
Well, we've all used money to go to the store, and that's pretty much the base use for it, is to purchase stuff you need. Unfortunately, on the internet, when you want to buy anything, it involves sharing a lot of information with someone, because you have to have a credit card or some sort of other verified payment system, or else the merchant can't be sure he's getting his money. So the merchant has to pay a fee to Visa, and the user has to pay interest to Visa, and they get to basically control the flow of money on the internet, them and other financial institutions. And that gives them a power that they shouldn't have, and it makes people share a lot of private information that there's really no need to share. Whereas if you just go to the store and you use cash, you get some change back, and you're both sure that the transaction is complete, and there's no future risk to either of you.
So after laying this groundwork, Satoshi Nakamoto then essentially proposes what the solution for this whole white paper is, which is an electronic payment system that would replace this nebulized and centralized and ultimately unreliable form of trust with cryptographically verified proofs in a distributed network of peers. And the last sentence of the introduction is just full of a lot, but it kind of foreshadows the rest of the paper. I'll share it directly. The system is secure as long as honest nodes collectively control more CPU power than any cooperating group of attacker nodes. Doge, can you clarify?
So although Bitcoin was really new technology and it was an invention, it was really made up of more simplistic parts. And instead of being based around someone controlling it, they had to distribute that trust into a new system. And what they've chosen was CPU power, or in most cases, just the raw usage of energy. And instead of relying on someone or some person or some entity to tell you what the truth was, you attach what the truth is to the largest amount of computing power. And when you do that, you can always tell that that's what happened at what time. So instead of going to a person, you're just turning on more computers. So the real balance comes in when, if someone is trying to do bad, they have to have more computer power than everyone else who's being honest. And as long as most of the people are being honest, or around a little over half, we can be really sure that what's there is the truth.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that explanation of that really complex final sentence of the introduction. And join us next time when we move into transactions. Cheers.